Test. Liemtris, new feature. Additional perfect clear opener training setups. Okay, that sounds good enough. Okay, so on the agenda today, like I just said, additional perfect clear setups. So before I go through this, let's demonstrate what we have currently. So there's a total of 4 setups that I want to add to the app for training. There's only one so far, and that's I believe the left-handed um, STZ setup. It's either the left or the right, but either way, I want to add the mirrored version and the version where you have eyepiece on hold. Come to think of it, maybe also a version where you have T-piece on hold, but we'll deal with that if necessary. Okay, so where's the app? Build failed. Okay. I figured I left this in a state where... Oh no. Oh no, this is gonna be a pain. Crap. So this is a new computer and I don't have this library installed and linked to Xcode. And figuring it out the first time took me more than 5 days. I don't remember all the steps I took. I can sort of try to pull up that site again. I'll recognize it if I see it. I mean, I'll recognize it if I see it. Um, I think it's the site. Shoot. What will I have to install? Okay, well, this was supposed to be a perfect clear. You know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need to install this stuff yet. We can just go ahead and do the perfect clear. And maybe I'll do this off stream or something because this is really not fun. Yeah, so the reason why this is necessary is because the cold clear library, which handles the bot AI, it's built in Rust. And there's a series of steps you have to do to build it for um, iOS. Um, Luckily, the author of the repository for Cold Clear has written um, an ability to export C APIs from the Rust code. Um, Unfortunately, it's a very uncommon task to try to link a Rust library, export it to C, used in an iOS app. So this is the only guide I found that helps. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do PCO first, and I can deal with this build issue later. All right. I need to find a guide that first. I'm not going to figure out what these setups are myself. I'm gonna find a guide that has it all figured out and calculated, pre-calculated, and I will use that file instead. So this is a PCO. So this is right hand, where you have the TSC on the right and LOJ on the left. So this one is where you don't have I on hold, and you have it placed in your stack. Like here's another example. Here's another example. And sometimes this will happen if, let's say, you get your eyepiece before another piece, which also needs to be held. Then you'll have no choice but to place your eye like that, or like that. Um, but there are situations where, let's say, your eyepiece comes last, which uh, you can hold, and you are able to increase your likelihood of getting a perfect clear if you're able to hold the eye. So let's see. I know I've seen this at some point. Maybe I'm gonna have to check all of these. It was a Japanese site that had all the solutions. Okay, oh, that page doesn't work. Okay. Maybe it's this. Waiting for this to translate. Okay, we're looking for the perfect clear solutions. Nope, it's probably not this page. I believe this one, yeah, this is not the one I want. This is a website where you can practice all the PCOs, but we need the solutions. Okay, maybe it's here. Nope, we don't want that. Okay. Solution finder. I don't think this is it. Yeah, this is a program. Or maybe it's here. No, this is how to use the program. Perfect clear analysis. No, it's gotta be a. It was a Japanese site. Shui's PC study. Okay, it's not this one. Although this seems to be a pretty nifty guide. Where's that site? Maybe it's in my IntelliJ. The reason why I'm opening IntelliJ is when I found that Japanese site earlier, a couple months ago, I just copy and pasted the page, and then I had to parse. I'm gonna do this off screen. Why can't I take this off? Oh, right, because it's full screen. So I had to parse the web page to get the solutions. It wasn't clean, but it worked. Okay, let me pull this back. Perfect clear bags. Was it this one? You know, on the bright side, we could do the mirrored version of what I already have just by mirroring all the pieces here. So replace I with, well, I, J replaced with L, Z, S replaced with Z, L replaced with J, Z replaced with S. Obviously the T and the I and the O won't have replacements because they are symmetric. Their 180-degree turn is symmetric to itself. Man, it's a PCO table. PCO table. What is this? Oh, something I was testing. PCO table. Tetris practice. Here. Yeah, so this is what the copy paste looked like. Unfortunately, I didn't save the web page that it came from. This is the web page that I need. How did I parse this? Maybe if I have the way that it's parsed, then we can do it. PCO table. No, it's the only place I'm using it. Okay, well, let's read through this and see if maybe the I not held or I held is incorporated here and I didn't use it. Yeah, I doubt it. There's not much logic in here except parsing. Yeah. Let's go back to 4, LOL. Maybe it's here. See, this might have been the site, but it doesn't work. Oh, wait. Yeah, see, holding in the standard opener, where's the picture? This one. This is the standard opener where I is not held. You have a 61% chance of creating the perfect clear with the next 4 pieces in the queue. and that's here. If you have I held, your chances are increased to 84%, given all the possible permutations of the pieces in your next queue. And I believe this percentage goes even higher if you have a T in hold. But where is that page? How to dig? I'd like to see that. Yeah, pretty sure it's not here. This is a page on how to downstack. And it's not translating, so I can't read it. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not a very long guide, because this topic is insanely deep. So this is only like 2 pages worth of material. Okay, let's check this page. Although this site is largely a copy of other wikis. Excuse me. Yeah, I have an idea. I'm gonna translate what I want in English to Japanese and then Google that. Perfect, clear, Tetris, possible combinations. Okay, so let's Google this. Hopefully nothing inappropriate comes up. Template lists. So I'm gonna save this to my Tetris bookmarks. Seems like a template list. No, this wasn't the site anyway. Maybe it was this one, or this one, or this one. It was a blue background. That's what I remember. Nope. I don't know what this is. I just downloaded. Procedural problem generation of Tetris for improving T-spin skill. In recent years, the targeted research in computer game player is not only focused on strength of the player, but also the other rules for entertain human players. Meanwhile, strategies of the classical famous tile matching puzzle game. Puzzle game Tetris has been expanded widely due to the existence of the technique called T-spin. However, it is hard for beginners to learn the technique, and the environment for training is not well prepared. Absolutely. Thus, we aim at automatic generation of the mating Tetris problem to help players master the skill of T-spin. We proposed an estimation method for evaluating the playability and difficulty of the problem by supervised learning. As the current result, we successfully generated one-step problems, and estimation method shows 0.4 mean square error in 5 grade evaluation. Huh, interesting. You successfully generated one-step problems. People who are familiar with my tool knows we have up to five-step problems, meaning you're 5 steps away from a T-spin, a guaranteed T-spin, and it's your job to find it by looking at the queue. So I'm guessing that's what this means, but they're generating it using machine learning. Okay, well, this is all in Japanese, so there's a handy way to translate this. It's a PDF, so it may not work. Yeah, it's not working. I'm gonna have to. Oh, plus this doesn't look like something that's really digestible as a material you'd want to read to learn T-spin. This is more like the method they use to come up with procedurally generating the setups, and that's just based on a few of these pictures, like this one and that. I don't think this is gonna help much. Yeah, these look like weights that they've set. Okay, but I would love to read this. I would love to read this at some point. I'm gonna save that too. God, it was a light blue web page. This looks promising. Not. Wait, this looks similar to the other page I just saved. Yeah, this is not it. Maybe it's just, no, we've been here. Gotta find this web page before we can begin. There might be a table. Oh, there's a table here. We can use this. Perfect. So here is the percentages of success. So as we saw earlier, 61% in the general case where you have I not held. I is placed in the stack here or here or here. Um, and this is showing what piece you have next. So if you have an I piece next, then your percentage is blah. And notice here the I piece is missing. You have a J, an O, and an L here. So there's no I piece here, which means I piece is the next piece, which means technically it's either the next piece in the queue or the piece that's in your hold. It doesn't matter because effectively it's the I is the next piece which could be played, which as we saw before raises your percentage of success from 61 to 84%. I don't know if we saw that here on this page. Yeah, 61 to 84. And if you have a T piece on hold with this setup, your percentage jumps to nearly 100. So you know what? It will be useful to make both all three PCOs and their mirrored setups. So setup one, which we have, which is the general case, without I and hold. Setup two is the general case with I on hold, which means we haven't placed it here yet. This looks like, yeah, these two are just mirrors of the other. So if you look at the percentages here, they're going to be mirrored images of the ones here. So if you look at this one, setup 1 and setup 3 are mirror images of each other. You're going to see the L piece is 43 and the mirror of that is J. So if you look at J over here, you'll see 43. And the S piece is 52. The mirrored version is Z, which is 52. So using this, we can confirm that it's possible to just mirror all the pieces in this file, and we can generate the mirrored version of the sequence. So actually, if we can see, let's just see what this prints out. It's been a while, and you'll have a good idea of how this works. Okay, where's the console? Okay, so as you can see, this printed out all of these setups. So I said earlier, you have 4 pieces to choose from, but if you notice these gaps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each tetramino has 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this is only going to hold 3 pieces worth in order to make the perfect clear. But notice here we have 4. So if we have this sequence coming up, I, J, S, Z, combined with this shape on the board, we can make the perfect clear. And that goes for any sequence that's output here. These are all the sequences that if you have will allow you to do a perfect clear given setup number 1 or setup number 3. I forget which one it is. Believe it's setup number 3, but it doesn't matter. So now all we have to do is print out this exact list but mirrored. So if you look here, let's take this one. This mirrored version would print I, L, Z, T. And for that, you'd have the mirrored setup displayed on the board. Now, this would be a lot easier for me to show if I had this working, because right now we can't even get the app to launch. I could do this in another stream, but it would make a lot more sense to me to fix it as soon as possible without waiting for the time to stream. Okay, so let's look at the sequences. Yeah, this is similar to what I copy and pasted, which resulted in this table. As you can see, it's pretty similar. Uh, what this is saying is, and I don't remember exactly which pieces are which, but one is I, two is J, three is it. It doesn't really matter which. We can actually find out. Yeah, so it's ILOZTJS. ILOTG something JS. So if the I comes first and then the T ILO, so this is IL blank 3 S, whatever this sequence is. If you have that order for those pieces, then um, this will print out. This column tells you whether or not it's possible to do a perfect clear. So this sequence here, so what is it? 7 possible pieces to choose from. Um, you choose 4, and the order matters. So you have 840. I believe we can do the math on that right now. I believe that's a choose. How do you do NCR here? NCR 7 4 35. NCR versus what was it, PCR? It's got to be PCR. We can just look at the calculator. Okay, so we had an NCR button. Where is that thing? I must be professionally stupid. I know there was a button. Oh, I'm thinking of a different calculator. It was a TI, but it was the one we used for actuary. Was it TI actuary test calculator? Yeah, TI 30. TI 30. Yeah, it was this one. This is the only calculator we're allowed to use in actuary class. I believe this one had the NCR. Unless that was just the menu button. Like it was only a digital button. Yeah, I don't see it. NPR. Yeah, there you go. 840. We have 840 possible ways to um, permute a selection of 4 from a bag of 7 where order matters. Uh, So that's where you get the percentages from. If you calculate up all the yeses, if you find all the y's, can we see them here? 503. Yeah, 503 divided by 840. You're gonna get your 59%, which is what we saw here. Wait, what did I say? 503 divided by 840. 59. Maybe I'm over counting. Interesting. Now that's bothering me. Why am I not getting the number that I want? This one's getting a 514. Maybe my table is a little off. Either way. So I'm gonna need to check these. The other table that I used had the Y and the N. This one has a check mark for a certain column. So I'll need to parse. Oh shoot. Okay, nice. I was gonna say this is a table that's cut short. Perfect. List of all sequences for which the 7-piece PC open. Ah, here we are. This is the blue background page. I have to go this deep into hard drop to find it. List for all sequences for which the 7-piece PCO works. So this one, let's see what this page has. Although the other one is perfect. The one on hard drop, this one is perfect because it's got the checks for all 4 setups. Or 5. What the heck is this? Oh, this is Gray System. We don't want to use that. I'm not interested in learning it at the moment. Maybe at some other time after I've mastered standard PCO, but not interested in Grace right now. Okay, so what is this saying? Yeah, so this is just saying whether or not, yeah, so this is the table that I copied, right? This is where you have the X's and the O's. I believe I did some kind of search and find to replace X's with N's and O's with Y's or something like that. And unfortunately this only has one setup. As you can see, there's only one column, which tells me here, this is the setup that it's working for. Actually, I think it tells you which one. Okay, that's where we got the 54. Overall, the success rate is just under 60%, which is where we got that 59.88%. But if T comes to the beginning of the second round, the success rate. Wait, I still don't see the. Yeah, here, 59.8. Alright, because this is taking into account a general next piece. So it's sort of an average of getting an I next, L, O, Z, whatever next. But that should have been in this table. That doesn't make sense. Maybe these guys are calculating these values differently. Alright, so first problem. I'm not going to be able to copy and paste this straight up. Yeah, because you see that? This is going to be a mess because they're not aligned like on top of the other. This is like, if I copy and paste this, or maybe it is. Maybe this is smart enough to know. Yeah, see, it's copying everything down here up to, so it is copying in order. That's good. Okay, let's see. Can we use this? Okay, how can we read this? It looks like everything's here. Yeah, 595. How many lines are here? Yeah, this looks right. So let's just copy the whole thing. But first, let's read this. So the first column is the number, the columns, I mean the row number, and then followed by the next 7 being the tetramino and its ordering in the next queue. Oh, actually, the sequence is written out. We can just take this. We can just take this. That's perfect. Okay, so let's just verify by taking a random one. Well, one with the header. Okay, this one is going to be IJLZ. IJLZ. Perfect. And one more. IJSL. IJSL. Perfect. So what this is saying is for IJSL, you're going to be able to do a perfect clear with all 4 setups. I'm ignoring Grace for now. All 4 setups. And similarly, if you have IJOZ, then you'll be able to do a perfect clear for everything except setup number 3. So if you have this, you won't be able to do the perfect clear with IJOZ. All right, now let's take a look at this and see how easy this will be to parse. Okay, the sequence, this is clear. There's no artifacts in the paste. Okay, what's this? The start of a new column. Okay, we can just take that out. And we have this here. I'm gonna have to read this in a smart way. I could take all the check marks, convert it to like some symbol. Because I don't really want to work with whatever this is. This looks like Unicode or something. I don't really want to work with that. I'm just going to replace it all in Sublime with an X or the letter Y. Yeah. Yeah, this issue before. And I decided on Y. That's where we got the Y's and the N's before. Where on the page it was an X and an O. Picture, like a Unicode. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this column, which is how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take the last, use a regular expression to take the last 10 or 9 items, remove the tabs. Are they tabs? Let's find out. Yeah, they're tabs. Yeah, we have to clean this up. Just like most data sets that you work with, you've got to clean it up. This stuff rarely comes for free. Okay, here's our 840. Let's go to Sublime. paste all of these guys and remove the heading. This should give us 840 total rows. Okay, good. Now, let's see. We can get rid of everything before this. Okay. So let's Google regex first n characters. Nope. Okay, yeah, we don't want this $sign because this says that whatever you're searching for, it needs to be whatever this is, and it also needs to be the last item on that line. So we don't want this. We just want that. That's so ugly. Like, why can't it just be ASCII or something? But you have to. Oh wait, this is a 0 through 9 in a. Yeah, this is matching digits. That's not what I want. Okay, we can fix it in Sublime. We have enough of the tools. We have this. Let's see the first 10. Do we need to create a group from this? Nope. Oh, there's tabs in here. Let me copy this. Place tabs with a space. Let's see what happens. See, this is unfortunate because now we lose this. But there is another way. We can remove everything at the start of the line until we find an ILOSJZT. So let's look at this again. Ending that's not an ILOSTJZ. I'm going to actually revert this back to tabs, and we're going to continue searching for this regex. Actually, we can do matching on anything except a character, except a letter. because these are all white space or number. Sublime, remove first n characters on each line. I know in, what is it, Emacs or Vim or something like that, there's a way to delete on the column. I really want Diet Coke. Select with right mouse button and shift. What is that? Control Alt. It's not doing anything. You know what? This might work, but it's a little messy. I don't think it's W, maybe it's S. There we go. So find anything that's a digit or a white space. So it's finding up till there. And make sure, let's check by eye. That looks good. I'm going to replace it with nothing. Okay, so that looks good. Now what we can do is remove all the tabs. Okay, now we have something that we can parse. We're going to replace all the check marks with a Y and replace all these X's. X's with an N. Alright, so now we've got the 4 pieces in the next queue. And we've got set up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's remove the last. Well, maybe we don't want to remove the last because I might want to use this grace later. Okay, let's take this and put it, let's put this new list into our IntelliJ. We're going to call it PCO table all PCO setups. All right. Now we need to label what each of the setups are. Otherwise, in the future, we're going to forget. First off, I'm going to label this. I'm going to put the link in. We don't make the same mistake twice. What is this? Tetramenal mental math? Oh, that's some other thing that I don't want to go into right now. Perfect clear bags. Okay, I'm just going to put this here. All right, let's switch the order here. All right, what do we have? IJ lost Z. IJ lost Z. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Take this out, no longer relevant. IJ lost Z. Let's double check. IJ lost Z, and they're all the same for all the columns. IJ lost Z. Good. After I do this, I might go for a short drive. Definitely get a McDonald's Diet Coke. As in, well, get the Coke first, continue on the drive, and then come back and sleep. And then as soon as I wake up, out the back. As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna head out to Los Angeles, which should be about a 26-hour drive if I don't stop, and that includes charging. Okay. And I've done that drive 4 times. Not necessary to LA, but a 26-hour drive, 26 plus hour drive straight. And that's because the autopilot just makes it so easy. Like, there's a severely reduced and diminished mental anguish that you get from driving and focusing on pavement for so long, which has a delayed onset effect when you have a computer helping you. All PCO setups. Standard. Setup 2 is standard I held, or I not placed, rather. I not placed. And this one is STSC on right. Standard I'm not going to say I placed, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you held it. It just means that it's available to be placed as the next piece. I not placed. TSC on left, yeah. And this is the grace system. I forget how you come up with this. Tetris grace system. I mean, not how you come up with this, but how you get the two columns of with three. What does that look like? Wait a second. Where's he? Grace system where the T piece wasn't placed yet. Hey, how do you get this from? I don't get it. If this is LOJ, obviously this is. How do you split this down the middle? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Am I dumb? How do we get the two columns without the T? Well, okay, so the two columns are what? It was both sides that, right? L O J, right? I think that was it. Yeah, 3x4 on both sides, and a 4x4 gap in the middle, right? Yeah. What? How could this possibly be? J. Is that it? JZL? Can we make that with the rest? Oh, this has definitely got to be I. And you have an O and a Z. But you can't place here. I don't get it. You know what? I don't really care. I care, but I care more about this other thing more. Keep getting sidetracked. Setup 5 represents grace where the T piece wasn't placed yet. Maybe we'll see it here. Nope. Oh yeah, we don't need this anymore because we have the pieces like literally spelled out. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. What we're gonna do is get the sequence Okay, how's this gonna work? I need to refer to how the file is being, what the file setup, the file template, file structure, what the file looks like in the app, because the app is reading this format, right? And this format is read by the game, and it converts the letter, the text letter, into a tetramino. I just gotta find where that file lives. Maybe it was a text file. I'm pretty sure it was. File reader. PCO file reader. What's the file name? PCO. Find. Where's the file though? Cold clear. Wait, it looks like here, at least we have this for cold clear, but not the, yeah, not the dynamic library itself. Yeah, I see the AV foundation. I don't see the .a file. Yeah, we probably need to generate that. Oh, you know what? I don't need to regenerate it. I'll just pull it from my old computer. Easy peasy. Although why it's not here doesn't make any sense. Where's PCO? Supporting files? It's not a view. Resources. PCO. Perfect. Okay, so all it is um, 4-letter sequence, a list of them. Should be 503 here. Perfect. So we'll have one file for each. One file for setup 1, setup 2, setup 3, setup 4. And here, no, we don't set the setup in here. We set it up somewhere else. I just don't remember where. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is create 4 files. And we'll have to read. Okay, here's the algorithm. Read each line, get the first 4, get the next 4. Remember, we're ignoring the 5th column for grace. Write to file. Okay, so I just need to look up how to write to file in Java. Java write to file, line by line, sure. File, what's the difference? Doesn't really matter, but okay, this one has a dot write. What was this using? Write a new line. I'd rather have this so I can control the new linedness. Unless this one has like an argument that you can like, set a terminator or something. Okay, let's take this, create 4 of them, because we have 4 files. No Starbucks is open right now. Yeah, it's 2:42 a.m. No Starbucks. The latest one that I know of in Houston is the one on Post Oak in the Galleria. They close at 2. Okay, let's create these 4 files. What is this? Is this a catch? Do I have to catch something here? What are you complaining about? Yeah, I'll just let the main handle it because I don't really care. Let main, yeah, main will throw. That's basically never gonna happen. File output, and where are we writing here? This is BW. We're gonna call this BW1. This is FOS1. BW2, 3, 4. It'd be better to put this in an array, but I don't really care about making this generalized right now. BW. Alright. Let's do this for all of them. This doesn't matter because it's just a single program. Why? Okay. All right. Perfect. I could probably get rid of all this. You know, a better idea would have just created a new file because I really don't like deleting code. I really, really despise deleting code. Damn it. Whatever. Scanner. Oh, this is just to write. This file is for reading PCO table. All PCO setups. Okay. Reader. Don't need this. Don't need this. String, the sequence itself is line dot substring 0 to 4. And I believe that's how this works. End index, yeah. And this is exclusive. It almost always is. Shoot, what did I do? X index -1. Yeah, it doesn't include. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 5, but it doesn't include the last one, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the sequence is that. Now we have to search through the next, what is it? 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's double check. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Four, 7, Actually, I don't need a loop here. I should add these writers to an array. Yeah, I should do that. Oh shoot, how do I add these again? I can think I can do this. God, it's been so long since I've written Java. But I will never forget it. It was my first language. Okay, that looks good. BW array. BW array. Okay, so since this into y equals I minus 4. Okay, so if setup will work for this sequence, then I'll take, oh, this needs to be an array list. No. No, I just need to get the item at that index. Yeah, I just need to get the buffered writer at the index. So I can say BW array at BW array index. Dot, where's the code? Dot write. Dot write a string, which is the sequence. And then, wait, is there a terminator here? I think I can just do this. Where is it? That new line. Okay. So if so we're checking the first, second, third, and fourth setup. If it's a yes, then we take whatever setup that is, and we do that by saying I minus 4. So I minus 4 is just going to get us 0, 1, 2, and 3, which will get us into the index for that file, that buffer writer, which will write to that file and write the sequence that we saw. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks real good. Okay, we don't want this. We don't need this. Is this in a try? Oh my god, whatever. Let's just take this out. Who cares? I'm already throwing at the top level anyway. Alright, let's just delete all this. Alright, let's run this, see what happens. Here goes nothing. If there's no exception thrown, it'll be a miracle, but okay, we do have an exception thrown, and yeah, this does. We do not want this here, and we do not want this at all. Option Command L. Okay, let's try this again. All right, that seemed to have run. Okay, let's take a look. Setup 1. Cool. So for setup 1, we have 514, right? Let's just make sure that's the number that we saw here. So 514 divided by 840 gives us 61.19. Okay, and there it is for setup number 1. Setup number 2, how many lines? 711. So 711 divided by 840 is 84.64. 84.64. Okay, good. And this one should be the opposite, 514. This one should be 711. Yeah, okay. This looks, that's enough of a sanity check for me. We can go ahead and put this in, put all these into our app. So we don't want PCO text anymore, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Paste. Okay. Add files. Add files to, actually, where is this? Desktop, hello world, source, desktop, hello world, source, Tetris practice, and these. Okay. Setup 2, setup 3, setup 4. Okay, and where's PCO? That text being used? No way. Okay. PCO file reader. What's this? The PCO array. How's this being used? Okay, so how do we do this? So when the perfect clear mode is selected, what do? Set PCO mode to true. Set board PCO. Yeah, so this is the one that's setting up either setup 1 or setup 3. We can take a look at the code to see. Yeah, so this is manually setting the color. So like this is setting the S to be the left side, the T on the left, Z on the left, and LOJI is on the right, clearly from the coordinates of each piece. So, set board PCO. Interesting thing about this is I want each run to be random. So let's say you'll get setup 1, you solve it, then you'll get a setup 3, you solve it, then maybe you'll get another setup 3, you'll solve it, setup 2, setup 3, setup 2, setup 2, setup 4, setup 1, setup 2, setup 2, setup 2, setup 4, setup 4, setup 3. It'll be random. As of now, it only gives you setup, 1 or 3. Let's just see what it is once and for all. Yeah, 3. So this gives you setup 3, but it's static and it's not randomized and it's not general because it's only sending back 1. Okay. Set board PCO. So what we could do is do a set board PCO 1 for each of the setups. It's like a set board PCO 1, set board PCO 2, and use a randomizer to pick 1 to 4 inclusive. And we have to save that, obviously, because we have to match that board with the correct file that we choose. The file being one of the 4 files that we just generated with the queue that would work for X setup. Okay, so it's huh. Yeah, I already wrote that comment. Didn't even see it. So where are we pulling the array? Where's that array coming from? Nope, that just sets the board. Oh, it's here. So the array holds this is the array version of the file. That's all it is. And we can verify by saying this is either a tetramino or a string. I don't have the type. Tetramino, yeah. And let's just label it. How do we do that? Is it colon? Okay. Just to make it clear. So now what we'll have to do is use a random number generator inside here, save that value so that we can reuse it. Because we're going to call one of the set board PCOs with an index and also take from the PCO array at the same index. So we'll have 2 arrays. One array will have each of the set board PCOs. The other array will have one of the all 4 PCO arrays. And they need to be like a 1-to-1 map. First item is the first in each respective array. So it's an associative mapping. Okay, what I don't understand is why is this an array of arrays? Oh yeah, because each row, you have one row for each of the arrays of tetramino. Yeah. So say you have 503 rows, and each row carries an array of tetraminos. So I have to generalize this. Because right now it's only reading from PCO. It's not reading from setup 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe an array of arrays. So it's a triple nested array. I need a second. I need a social media break for a second. I've been playing a lot of Metroid Dread. I beat it on normal mode at 100%, and then I didn't have enough. I went back and beat it on hard at 100% as well. Interestingly, the hard took me 3 hours less than it took me to finish normal mode. Well, that's for obvious reason. Like, I was already experienced and knew where to go. Spent a ton of time in the first playthrough just like figuring out where to go and dying over and over and over at the bosses. But the thing is, hard is not actually hard for the sole fact that every boss, every attack is avoidable, and once you learn the patterns, it's pretty easy not to get hit. Um, because they're deterministic to a certain degree. Like, you can tell what's about to happen because you've played it so much. So in the normal playthrough is getting killed a ton. Like, I remember getting frustrated and calling the game cheap. To be fair, some of the bosses were really cheap. Like, it's really easy to write an AI that's cheap. Because all you have to do is make it perfect, aim directly at you, and call it a day. To make an AI play like a human is a different story. You have to make it have certain degrees of inaccuracy baked in, whereas having a perfect AI is easy, which is sort of what they do. But yeah, it was a terribly fun game. Infinite replayability, and people are figuring out tons of strategies to speedrun it. New strategies are cropping up every day. And the controls are incredibly responsive. I'm talking like Super Smash Bros. Melee levels of responsiveness. Like, there's a one-to-one connection almost with what you do with your hands and what appears on screen. I say almost because there are a few things that you can't do, even though your brain wants to, because if the game were to allow you to move that dexterously, it would be very cheap, such as firing missiles as fast as you can press the button, right? There's a delay built in. Or things like if you parry an attack, you can't move for like half a second after you do it. You can't spam parry. They actually want you to parry at the right time. So those are instances where it's not one to one. What's happening with your hands and what's happening on screen. But for the most part, it is. And it is where it counts. So that's the important bit. Okay. What do we do? What are we doing? Okay. Arrays. So this is going to return what? What's PCO array? Get PCO array, and then this is sort of like a singleton thing. Get PCO array. I'm gonna change this to be 3, and this is the same because it's the item above that we're returning. Um, let path equal okay, so the question is, do we do this clean or not? This is easy to just write 4 lines of code for each of the different paths. Whatever. What is this? Set up 1. Excuse me. Excuse me. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. There's definitely a cleaner way to do this. This one should show an error. Okay, better. Okay, so we don't do this anymore. We have to get the respective item. So we don't do set board PCO. I'm gonna do, let's see how many, hopefully there's only 2 of these that are being called. Or 2 in the whole hold code base. Okay, what's this? This is the part. Oh, yikes. For PCO, check if board is empty. This is the part where once you're done with the PCO, it gives you another one right away. I forgot about this. I really want to take a nap, but it's not going to be a nap. It's going to be a full-blown sleep. Just daydreaming. Daydreaming about the girl that I saw working at a cafe. I should have said something to her. Sup? So instead of calling this directly, uh we're gonna call the array. This is actually 3. So I'm gonna say PCO setup 3. We're gonna copy this. And miraculously, when I did this the first time, there was not a typo in here anywhere. It just looked fine the first time. How do I collapse this? Whatever. Okay, so we got setup 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so I'm going to draw this out on Fumin actually. Don't really want to play that game. I'm trying to visualize this board and the coordinates. So this one is setup 1. Setup 1 here. Where's this tab? Setup 1 is on the right. So this is red. And let's just mimic, what do we do here? LOJ. Do the same thing on the side. What did we do? Where's the L? L's on the bottom. Yeah, like LOJ, it's standard. Actually, I'm gonna mirror it. Because it's LOJ on that side, I'm gonna make it JOL on this side. Colorblind. Okay. So Z piece, or the S piece. What is the S piece? This is 0 indexed, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 0, 1, 2. 7, 2. Nope. 7, 2. And then you go right 1, then you go up 1, which is going right 1, then you go up 1 from there, and then you go right 1. 8. All right. No. 9. Okay, the T piece is 9, 0. Starting with 9, 0. 9, 0. And then going up is 9, 1. 9, 2. And this one was 8, 1. Just double check. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 1. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 0. 8, 0. So from 7, we have 7, 1, and then go back 1. 7, 1, then go back 1, which is 6, 1. The L piece, 0, 1. It starts at 0, then 0, 1, 2. Starts at 0, and then, what was it, 0, 1, 2? You know what? Why not? Zero, and then 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 3. These are all 3s. And for O, 0, 1, 1. 1, 1. This one's going to be 2, 2. That's 1, 2. 2, and 0, 1, 2, 1. J, 0, 0. 1, 0. 2, 0, and 0, 1. Last piece should be easiest. 0, 1, 2, 3. They're all 3s. This one is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's setup number 1. Setup number 2 looks like setup number 1 without the eyepiece. Thank God. That's easy. because we just did this. Oh, oh, perfect. Setup 3. Setup 4 is just setup 3 without the eyepiece. Perfect. Okay, we're done with this part. Now let's uncouple this thing. This should be gone. Can I do an array of functions in Swift? Swift array of functions. Now then, how do I call that? Yeah, I am not reading Swift help from 2014. Hmm. That looks promising. Oh man, that hurts. Oh, oh, my abs are so sore. I was showing one of my buddies in the gym how to do ab rollout. Surprisingly, it's not just as simple as getting on your knees and holding onto the wheel and extending your arms and letting your torso get close to the floor. It's not too technical a movement, but um, you do have to be careful about letting your lower back sag under the weight of your body. The trick is to crunch before you start. You crunch and you hold that. You stay in a crunched position and you come out. And while your body is under load, you're sort of resisting gravity from uncurling you. Okay, let's see. This is within the bounds. I forget what this is. Dot 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 is inclusive. Dot 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 is inclusive. So, excuse me. Don't want this. Okay, so what we're going to do is say set board PCOs at PCO setup number and call it. And then we have to append the right one. So the PCO array is this type. It's triple nested. Oh shoot, what happened? Okay. It's triple nested, so I actually have to go in here and say, like, this is before this was a two-dimensional, right? So I'm getting a random item from a two-dimensional array. Which is a one-dimensional array, which was the queue itself. But since this is a three-dimensional, getting random element doesn't make sense here. I'll need to subscript this and get the PCO setup number, the same one. Remember, this is supposed to be associative, so if we get one from PCO setup, setting the board for setup number one, we have to get the list that we generated here for setup one for that board. So the solutions have to match the board. Okay, let's build. Okay, this area looks good. And now we have to fix this. Self.set board PCO. We don't want this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, okay, we're so close. We're ready to test now, but this cold clear library linking thing is stopping us. So let's just take a look through this real fast. .a. Let's find the last one here. How do they do it? Objective-C bridging header. So they went to here, went to the targets, and then you see bridging header. Here, targets, where are they? In build settings, Objective-C, build header. Just type it here. Bridge. Bridging. Bridging. Okay, that's already set, at least. Now, how did they do the linking? Where's the link? Here. So where do they do that? Project, targets, general. Lib cold clear A. Why is that not here? Right? Where is that? Desktop cold clear lib, lib cold clear A. I should put that in my local. Okay, how do they add it here? Lib, was it lib? Where was this? Cold clear lib. I think I have like two of those. No, cold clear API and cold clear. No, I didn't mean to do that. Cold clear lib. Shoot. What does it say? Was built for iOS, right? We need to do it as universal. Not as iOS. For some reason, it's super not intuitive. Yeah, this can't be this one. I need to generate it for universal. Okay, what was the difference between the two cold clears though? What's the difference? Oh, this one is cold clear with the update for the opening book parsing floating thing, which doesn't even matter because I ended up not using it anyway. But thank you to Minus Kelvin for appeasing my request. What the freak? Okay, let's generate this. Oh, I need to go into Discord. They have some more commands in there. I'm going to do this off the screen though. Oh yeah, we can exit out of IntelliJ. Whatever, I'll just move it off to my other monitor. Okay, which one was it? Which one was the newer one? Cold Clear, Cold Clear API. It's Cold Clear. Straight up Cold Clear. What was the error when I did this? Rest std arm7. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this. No, stop that. Where are you? ARM7 iOS. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Okay, that's fine. CAPI. Excuse me. Excuse me. I was thinking of stopping by White Castle on the way to LA, but it is pretty out of the way. Like probably 45 minutes to an hour adding on to the whole trip. Okay, where are you? Where are... Where's the... Oh, here. Duh. This may not work. I need to do it for universal. But let's just try this first. Forget you can't double click. It's a nice safety feature, I suppose. Or maybe it's a bug, I have no idea, but it saved me once already. So, whatever. Release. Okay, now I'll hit open. Now let's try to build. Okay, it's build. Right. Now let's try this. So we're trying to get a universal build. Here we are. Let's try that one. This should work. It worked when I did it the other time. What? There's gotta be a shorter way. Oh. Okay, what? Library not found. Now open the Xcode build settings panel and add the library as linked libraries. So the header and bridging header. Set the header search path. Done that. Mm. Okay, looking good so far. right. Oh. Give me a break, man. Wait a second. I might just fix this when I get to LA. I cannot. I really don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm super burned out. Because there's just like no logic to this. It's just build issues. Okay, I'll finish this when I get to LA.